Hello folks, it's me once again here, and tonight on this YouTube video of mine, we are going to be looking through our selections, or the 3furlongsout.com selections for the competitive looking card tomorrow night at Dundalk Racecourse. That is on the 18th of November. So we're here to try and pick out some winners for you, and hopefully you can head home with some euros in your pockets. So without further ado, let's get cracking. And I think it starts off with a handicap. Yeah, it does, a 5 furlong handicap, so expect this to be pretty fast and furious. So we'll kick off with 5:30, a 7 race card here. And our selection for this race is, who is it? It is My Good Brother. Yes, he's on a 4-timer and is still relatively well handicapped. I think he still carries the 4th highest weight in this particular race. He's got a pretty good draw, and this does look very winnable for him, to be fair. Look, he's got a fantastic chance of winning this, and any main dangers to him? Yeah, there's an interesting horse of Michael O'Callaghan's, Aggression, who has been really, he must have had a few problems in his time so far. He's only ever had 3 runs, but he's open to a lot of improvement, and still relatively unexposed. Another one is Dan's Gift, and for Mrs. Sheila Laverty, and good second out last time. Not a good run, awful low weight, and Wayne Norton booked to ride. But I must stick with my selection here, number 11, My Good Brother, for Colin Keane in the saddle. So that moves us on now to the 5:30. Sorry, yeah, that's 6 o'clock. I meant, sorry. And Darren has selected the horse for this race, and that horse is Red Avenger. First run for our columnist, Damien English, so good luck tomorrow night to Damien, if he is watching. And he does look out of sorts on his English form, but he's got a really nice draw, and he should be there, I think, thereabouts in his first outing in Ireland. So do not dismiss Red Avenger. This race is a rated race over a mile, so there's some decent sorts out in this race, but I think Red Avenger is the one who will take all the beating tomorrow night. And so that brings us on now to our 3rd race of the evening, and that is it's another competitive handicap, over 1 mile. Looking through the field here, there's some horses that have got a lot of experience around Dundalk, particularly Emperor Bob, Balmain Mast, Norville, you know, those types. But in this race I've gone for a horse, Knights Templar, who goes very well around this course and has been placed twice around here in his last 2 runs. And yeah, he's still relatively well handicapped, and I expect him to be bang there, really. You know, he's got. I think tonight he really could break his duck around this course. He's done really well last time. I just got headed late on, but that can happen around Dundalk, and it can happen anywhere. But certainly, if he reproduces that run, he's in with a very good chance. Just quickly, one who I would give a each way squeak to is it's definitely got to be Coach Bombay for Adrian Joyce. Pair of 6 places. I thought the run out last time out. Well, this is his first start since the 11th of December last year, but he does have a relatively good record of going fresh, this horse, so yeah, it's interesting. It's quite interesting, but our selection for this race is Knights Templar number 10. So that brings us on now to race 4 on the card. It's the 7 o'clock and it is a maiden. It's one of those +10 races over the 6 furlong strip. That is a 12 by 1200 metres, and yeah, there's a few of these out now that haven't run or haven't seen the race course yet, but there's certainly some interesting looking types in here. Certainly one for Joseph O'Brien looks interesting. A duplication. Michael Halpert and Shane Foley have got Finn Gallion out, and but our selection for this race is a Sharp Defence. Crucially has got some race experience on his side. It was a promising run first time out. Okay, he finished 10 lengths off Cliffs of Moher, but yeah, I felt that race was a pretty good maiden. So yeah, and this doesn't look anywhere near as good as that maiden at Leopardstown. So I expect him to be bang there inside the final furlong, really. So yeah, I'm pretty confident for Sharp Defence. He's also well drawn in stall 5 of the let's see, there's 16 runners here, so yeah, good draw. And so that brings us on now to the 7:30, and I chose the selection for this race, and my selection is Poyton. I hope I pronounced that right, Poyton. He's been in pretty good form of late. Only worry I would have is that his best form is at 1.5 miles, and this is over 1.25 miles. So yeah, that might be a little bit of an issue, but yeah, certainly if he gets a good pace to run at, he's had a decent odds as well here, 5-1. So yeah, that's pretty good odds. The one debate here is Jacqueline Hagar for Joseph O'Brien and Anna O'Brien. Yeah, pretty good horse on his day. Bit disappointing out last time in 5th place, but certainly he's got a great chance here, I feel. Yeah, good draw as well, and the stable are having their first runner of the week tonight. But anyway, but our selection for that race, number 4, Poyton for Keith Henry Clark. He's a very shrewd trainer, is Keith. Places his horses quite well, so yeah, expect a bold show from our selection there. The 8 o'clock is another maiden. It's over 1.5 miles, 14 runners going to post, and our selection for this is Aurelia for Johnny Murtagh, who of course is having a great year, lots and lots of winners, and many of those have come at Dundalk on the Friday nights, Wednesday nights. This horse is making really good progress, and there's one or two decent looking sorts in here. I like the horse of Willie McCreary's Galaxor. That was a good run last time out when he got placed in 3rd at a Tremor. Although that was a wee while ago, but certainly he's all set for a big run. But yeah, our selection for that race is Armada for Johnny Murtagh, and Pat Small in the seat as well will only help. Pat is actually flying back from Dubai to ride at Dundalk tonight, so that is quite notable. The penultimate race on the cards, the 8:30, is a Division 1 handicap over 1.5 miles again. To be honest, it's not the best race in the world now, this, but yeah, it's quite hard to pick out a winner from this one, but a couple of these have got some wins on their sides. I have gone for horse of Jim Bolger's, a Tap Focus, with Kevin Manning in the seats. Has got a really plum draw in stall 5. He's a consistent sort, you know. He's usually there in at least the top 5. He's been placed quite a lot of times as well. good run last time out, and yeah, Jim Bolter's been having plenty of winners at Dundalk the last 4 or 5 weeks, so I'm also pretty confident for Top Focus, and in fact for me that would have to be my nap of the night. He's off a pretty high weight, but as I say, I'm quite confident he can handle that. So number 4, Top Focus, is our selection for the penultimate race, and that brings us on to, well, what hopefully will be the lucky last for you punters. Darren has gone for a horse called Asian Wing. He's been tried at this venue, but he looks to be hitting his form again. Good 4th place here recently. Yeah, and when he's on song, he's a pretty good animal, and Colin Keane's on board, which will be of big assistance. Yeah, looking through this race, yeah, he's got a pretty good chance. I mean, Walk the Line for Joseph O'Brien deserves a mention as well. That was a much more promising run last time out. Only beaten 2 lengths at 16 to 1, so yeah, have to respect him. He might be the one to beat. And of course there's our old friend Shake the Bucket. I mean, like, what a money spinner for the Tom and Niall Madden combination. Remarkable horse for them guys. But yeah, definitely Asian Win is our selection for the 9 o'clock, which is the finale, and well, that is all. That is all the race is previewed now, and we hope we have steered you in the direction of some winners. And please check out the website, www.3furlongsout.com. And also, before I go, I must mention I would highly recommend signing up for the tote.com, the punter friendly bookmaker. 3 Furlongs Out will now be hopefully working more closely with the tote.com, and we're very happy to be working alongside the guys at the tote, and it's very nice of them to be able to work with them. So make sure you go onto the website and check it all out. Good odds guaranteed there, and well, that's really all, folks, and thank you for watching this YouTube preview for 3 Furlongs Out, and we hope we have steered you in the direction of some winners, and that you can take some money home from Dundalk, or if you're watching on the TV or the bookie shop.